YouTube Sports by ScaL. What are we doing here? NFL Sunday. We got picks. It's the playoffs. Are you ready to talk about it and make a parlay or what?
Big plays we don't miss. This the pick of the year. Click in, lock in. Sports by ScaL right here. Parlays, game lines, run it up, be clear. Say it loud, say it proud. What are we doing here?
All right, guys. NFL Sunday. The playoffs are here. We got 4 games in the slate. We got Bills, Jags, 49ers, Eagles, Chargers, Pats, Texans, Steelers. First game we're going to talk about is the Bills and the Jags. We're going to look at Travis for some rushing yards. He has a great matchup. 31st in the league against his position. All right, they allowed 28th most rushing yards. So I like Travis for 60 in favorable matchups. Yeah. He is over 60. He hit that 2 out of 3 times in the most favorable matchups, okay? I think he's good for 60 yards. I know it's a 47% hit rate, but in this matchup, in a playoff type situation, I think he's going to come through. So look for Travis for 60 rushing yards. Now, on the terms of running backs, James Cook has a little bit different of a matchup. His is tough, okay? They allow the fewest rushing yards, which is absolutely crazy. Now, what I do like James Cook for is his receptions. If you take a look at his receptions, they allow the 32nd most targets to running backs. Yeah, and his position is 24th in the league, and they allow the most receptions. So, I do like James Cook for 2 receptions. All right, look at that for tomorrow. We take a look at the receiving yards for the wide receivers. We're going to take a look at Khalil Shakir. I'm not really the biggest Khalil Shakir fan. His line is 45, only because it's a crapshoot. You don't know who they're going to every game. It's really shared. Everybody eats is their motto, right? So again, they allow 32nd most targets to wide receivers, 28th most receptions allowed. But look at that, the yards is tough. Almost the fewest yards in the league. Which makes me think if I'm taking Shakir, I'm probably going 4 receptions for Shakir. And that being said about Kincaid, right? So if you want to look at Kincaid, 40 receiving yards, not bad. You can go 30, but in challenging matchups, he doesn't even hit 30, right? Look at that, challenging matchups. 3rd most receiving yards allowed. See that red 3 right there? Yeah, it's tough. So look at him for his receptions. Let's take a look. If you're going to take Kincaid, you take him for 3. 66% hit rate. And, yeah, I mean, his matchup is favorable for receptions allowed. So in favorable matchups, he is 85%. So you take Kincaid. Here. Definitely for 3 catches. Definitely. You could even go 4, but I'm probably going to go 3. You know me. I like the alternate lines. Speaking of the alternate lines, PropsMadness, thank God for it. It just lets me, there's so many filters, and like a lot of people are asking me in the comments, what program are you using? And I say, obviously, PropsMadness, but they were kind enough to give me a referral code to use. It's in the description. The code is ScaL. You click the link and you can use PropsMadness just like me. All these picks I talk about, you can check them yourself, but they were nice enough to give my subscribers a discount. So thank you to PropsMadness. That'll be there from now on in the description in case you guys wanted to sign up as well. We're keeping it moving, and we're going to look at Dawson Knox. Absolutely had a great game. I believe he had a touchdown. Yeah, he had a touchdown. So looking at his receptions, his line is 2.5. And again, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Are we going to go Kincaid or are we going to go Knox? I mean, maybe we go both. If they're a favorable matchup, they might lean on the tight ends. So, yeah, there's that. But anyway, we'll keep it moving. Let's take a look at Jakobi Meyers, Parker Washington. Jakobi Meyers, I like for his receptions, and that number is 4. Now, they are really, really, really tough. Really, really tough. They are the first in defense. They allow the fewest receptions. So, in challenging matchups, take a look at this. 8 and 3. We don't know what to do. But for receiving yards, for tough matchups, top 10 defenses in the league, 40 receiving yards seems to be a little bit better, more confident pick at 75%. So Jacoby Myers for 40 receiving yards is a move for me. That's what I'm going to do. Now, Parker Washington is the opposite. In challenging matchups, his yards suck. 2 out of 5. I'm sorry. Yeah, he only hit his 2 out of 5 times. But his receptions, that's what I like better. 3 receptions is 3 out of 5. So if I'm going to take receptions, I'm going Parker Washington. Now, Brian Thomas Jr. and same kind of deal in challenging matchups. Brian Thomas Jr. is good for 40. All right, you can look at him for 40 yards as well. Yeah, let's take a look at the zone here. He's a little bit wide. They are tough wide, so keep that in mind. They play a tough defense, similar players, tough matchups. But it is the playoffs, man. These guys are going to be hungry. Let's take a look at Bretton Strange. He's been playing out of his mind as well. On tough matchups, his receiving yards, he actually crushed the Titans. So I do like Bretton Strange. His 36 yards is his line. I like him for 30. All right. We're going to actually take a look at another app I've been using. It's called Pikkit. It lets me shop the lines. PropsMadness gives you the actual line, but you know me, I love the alt line. So let's take a look at Pikkit, and we're going to take a look and type in Bretton Strange. And it'll show you. This app is actually fire. I partnered with them also because I need it. And I'll tell you why in a second. Let's just take a look at the odds. Bretton Strange for receiving yards. So we're going to type in, what did I say, 30, right? All right. Bally Bet is giving me the best odds for the alt line at 165. That's really good. FanDuel 186, but whatever. When I go really low, like we're looking someone for like 15 under their line, it always makes me think like, shit, what's the odds? So this is the little tool I use. Also, the most fire thing about Pikkit is I'm cheap. So when I put my bets in, I have 5 different sports books: DraftKings, FanDuel, ESPN Bet, BetMGM, because I use the profit boost on all of them. Because I'm not putting a bet in unless I have a profit boost. Do you agree? If you agree, comment below because I'd love to know. But it's annoying, right? You got to like sign in, sign out, sign in, sign out, and you got to track your bets the whole time. So I'm sitting there, I'm on DraftKings. I'm like, oh shit, my other app is on the score bet. So I got to log out, log into score bet. Then it kicks you out of DraftKings and you got to log back in. It's annoying. Pikkit lets you sync all of your books. You can go have 5 different sports books. You sync them all to Pikkit, and then you just log into Pikkit and you can track them all on the app. It's great. It's great. I need it. I wish I invented it. But I partnered with them too. And this is what I'm going to do. All of my picks, all of my parlays, you'll be able to follow me on Pikkit and you'll be able to have access to all of them. So whatever we talk about in this video, I'm going to obviously put into my sports books. You download Pikkit, you use the code ScaL, you sync one of your books, you'll be able to follow me and see all of my picks for free every day. So it's a great tool, all right? You have to sync a sportsbook though, and they will also, if you sync a sportsbook, they will give you, I believe, $3 to $100 just for using the app. So let's get on that because I want my community to kind of funnel through this because it's easy for me. I don't got to send out all my other parlays that I come up with and last minute stuff that I put in when the lines change. Just follow me on Pikkit, and we'll do it all through there. It'll be easy for everybody. All right, we're going to take a look at the next game. We're going to take a look at 49ers Eagles. We're going to take a look and see, firstly, we're going to take a look at the man, A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown's got a sick matchup. I will say this. I do like him for 60, his line. I like him for his line. 65 yards, okay? Now, taking a look at his receptions, they are better They allow more receptions than they do yards. Yeah, they allow more receptions. So maybe we go 5 catches for AJ Brown. It's 66%, but it's only 1 unders long. You'll probably get good value with that. Keeping it moving, we're going to look at Devontae Smith. He played in that last game, right? No one thought he was going to play, but they kept him in the game. I was like, damn, they got playoffs next week. Like, it was a shitty game, shitty slate to bet on with all the unknowns, right? Wild. All right, so again, we're going to take a look at his long is 55. He's really good for 45, I say. 45 is a 64% hit rate. The matchup for yards is unfavorable, right? We said 7th. The 7th fewest receiving yards. So he does crush that. 44.5 is good. He goes well over that. So, yeah, look at him for his receiving yards, 45. Let's look at Saquon Barkley. Barkley, we're looking at his rushing yards, and we're going to see decent matchup. We're going to filter it out, and we're going to say as long as 80, let's just say 60. See? 60 is a little confident, right? 62%. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's look at what those odds would be. Saquon Barkley. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, sorry, my spelling. Okay, Saquon Barkley, and we're going to take a look at, well, what did I say? I said 60 rush yards, right? Minus 330. It's the best. Let's look at his receiving yards. Okay, 31st most receptions to running backs and 26 most targets allowed. Do we go rush and receiving for this man? I think that is the answer to the equation. I think we go 90. It is the playoffs. You can rely on the best player on the team, which Saquon Barkley arguably is, or should be. I will say that. I think, yeah, if as long as I think we go 90. I think we go 90 rushing receiving for him. That's what I'm going to do. All right, we're going to take a look at Goddard. Goddard has a somewhat, let's see, versus position. Yeah, no information about that. So Goddard's reception is line is 5. I don't like that. I don't know. Like 25 might be a move, but it's so low. It's just so low. I might stay away. He's tough, man. He's tough. Over the past couple of games, though, he has been getting 3 catches, but 3 catches is what? Probably shit value. I don't know. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's look at the Niners. Let's look at my boy Kittle. Is he? Yeah, no. I'm glad to see. Is he back fully? We don't know. We don't know. His matchup is okay. I got to take a look more into this and see if he's got a snap restriction or anything like that. But safe to say, you know who you can count on, right? Mr. McCaffrey. His receiving yards are good. It's a good matchup for him. The 23rd in the league. Let's take a look at the rush. Rushing yards allowed 22nd in the league versus position 13. But in the playoffs, it is a different story. We are going Christian McCaffrey, and I am taking him for 90 rush and receiving. Hands down. Let's take a look at Juwan Jennings. I do like Juwan Jennings for his catches. His line is 4. Wild. We're going to go 3 catches for Jennings. Or, no, not doing that again. I'm going 40 yards for Juwan Jennings. I am. I'm going 40 yards. You know what? Might even go like 35. I might go 35. 73% hit rate. I'm not getting screwed again on his receptions like I did that one game. Never again. Pearsall's injured. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the Chargers and the Pats, the night game. Let's take a look at Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry, tough matchup. But before we take a look at that, let's just take a look at the quarterbacks. I forgot to mention them. Let's take a look at the quarterbacks. I don't know, what did I do here? We don't have passing yards. So Jalen Hurts, let's look at his matchup. Good matchup for passing yards. This is good. Favorability, yikes. Passing touchdowns in favorable matchups. Is it favorable? Passing touchdowns on 22nd, 21st. So we want to do this. I stay away from Jalen Hurts. Stay away. He's too unpredictable. Brock Purdy, on the other hand, is that man. Shit game last week, but let's look at the matchup. Tough matchup. Tough data for Brock Purdy. Maybe we stay away from him. Let's look at his passing touchdowns. Not really. Yeah, tough. Very tough. Let's look at his rushing yards. Let's look at that matchup. They do allow the 28th most rushing yards to his position. His line is 17.5. I think a solid line is 15 here. I think you go 15. He's going to look to have the ball and make plays as the captain of the team. So look at him to scramble if he sees an opportunity, because he has to get that first down. So you know what? Brock Purdy for 15 rushing yards. Love that. All right, taking a look. We're going to go, just while we're on quarterbacks, we'll look at Drake May. Drake May has a pretty tough matchup, but he's Drake May. So in challenging matchups, look at this. 240 is cake work for him, right? So we're going to go 220 for Drake May, and we're going to take him for... We're not going to go past the touchdowns. We're going to take him for 220 yards, and that's it. Justin Herbert, his matchup, mid. Decent matchup, okay? We're going to filter it out like this. His line is 220. I like him for 210. Yeah, I like him for 210. You get 200 to be really safe. I don't know what the juice is, but 200, maybe 200. Probably 200 for Justin Herbert. Let's look at his passing touchdowns. 14 in the league. Yeah, I don't know. Probably skip this one. I'll probably skip that one. All right, let's take a look at the rushing. Let's take a look at, and we'll take a look at Travion Henderson. He's been consistent for 50 rushing yards, huh? Look at this. All 50 rush yards. Let's take a look at his matchup here. Decent, 12th in the league. Rushing yards are 8th. Yeah, it's actually tough. We're going to go challenging. And you know what? Actually, no. We're going to go 1 to 15. Tough. You guys tell me. Probably still going to take him for 50, though, because he is Travion Henderson, and it is a playoff game. So I will take him for that. We're going to take a look at Stevenson and see. Yeah, no, he's good. His line is 39.5. Do you go 35 for him? Do you go 35? 57%. Maybe you go 30. Go 30 for him. Go 30 for Stevenson. I can get with that. All right, we're going to take a look at the receiving yards and what are the options here. A.J. Brown. Loving A.J. Brown for his receptions. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Wrong game. Jesus. Hunter Henry. All right. Hunter Henry, we're looking at him for... His reception line is 5 for 4 receptions. For 4 receptions, he is... Yeah, we probably like him for his yards. His line is 44.5. I'd probably go 35 receiving yards for him because he has a tough matchup. You could also stay away. Let's look at Stephon Diggs. Tough matchup as well. We're going to look at Diggs, and I'm going to say the magic number for Diggs would be 40. 52% hit rate. Decent against wide. Wide coverage. You know, he plays wide. Yeah, I like Diggs for 40. All right. We're going to take a look here. Let's look at Keenan. Let's look at Keenan Allen. We'll look at Keenan Allen, and we're gonna see him for 35. His line is 33. I like him for 30. Decent matchup. Let's look and see if there's head-to-head data. No. All right, so 30 receiving yards for Keenan Allen is a 76% hit rate. Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's look at Lad McConkey. Again, tough matchup. He's just so volatile, right? His line is so low now. You can go 35. Let's look at his receptions. Is he better off it? No. 3 catches is a 75% hit rate. You might want to go 3 catches for McConkey. That might be a move. Or you go 35. You can probably go 30 receiving yards, and that's 75% as well. Whatever you are more comfortable with. Receptions, some people love yards. Receptions, up to you. We're going to take a look at Gadsden, the tight end. Tough matchup. Probably stay away. All right, last game. Let's get this done. We're going to look at Texans Steelers, and then we're going to take a look at DK Metcalf going up against the top defense in the league. For receiving yards, decent though. 18th receiving yards. Let's take a look at challenging matchups. He pretty much crushes it. His line is 56.5, so if he went 45, I wouldn't be mad at you. 45 receiving yards for DK Metcalf sounds like a plan. They are pretty tough at guarding him wide, but, you know, let's take a look at Kenneth Gainwell, and let's take a look at how running backs do with the catches. 18th in the league. All right, so we're going to take a look and see in challenging matchups. We're going to go 1 to 18. How does he do with his rush and receiving? And it's all over the place. Jeez. His rushing yards. Nah. Wild. His line is 32. Jesus. I want to stay away from this too. Pat Freiermuth. Let's look at his matchup against tight ends. Decent, not bad. We're going to look at 1 to 20. Look at his receptions. All right. I can take Big Pat for 3 catches. Big Pat for 3 catches is a move. Okay? We're going to take a look at Jaylen Warren. And yeah, his rushing yards. We're going to take a look at. You go 45 for Jaylen Warren. Got a tough matchup. 45 is the number. 66%. 4 out of 6 games. I like that. I like that for Jaylen Warren. All right, we're going to take a look at Nico Collins, and let's see his matchup. Great matchup. On receptions, on targets, all that. Let's see. So 50 receiving yards. His line is 71. Jeez. 50 is crazy to take. Crazy. Look at his receptions line. All right. His line is 5 receptions. So you're taking him for 4. Taking him for 4, it's a 66% chance, but it is a better look in terms of favorable matchups. 4 catches, he is 85%. Okay, now let's just take a look. 71 yards is his line. So in favorable matchups, he's half and half. How do you bet on that? You can't. Take a look at Dalton Schultz. He had a great game last week. He has a great matchup as well. Let's look at him in favorable matchups. All right, I like him for 40. His receptions. His line is 5. You can go 4 catches for Schultz at an 87% hit rate. I do like that. Let's take a look at the matchup. He loves the slot, and they suck at guarding the slot. So you know what? Let's look at Schultz for 4 catches. All right, Jaden Higgins. Higgins didn't have a great game last week, but he does have a good matchup in favorable matchups. His line is 30. I'd probably stay away from him. Let's just take a look at receptions. No, I'd stay away from him. Sorry, my phone sucks. We're going to take a look at Woody Marks for his rushing yards. We're going to take a look, and we're going to see he's got a tough matchup. 11th in the league, but in tough matchups, he goes over 40, 45% of the time. Not good enough for me. Yeah. And let's just take a look at the quarterbacks real quick. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, we're going to take a look at his passing yards. His matchup is 11th in the league. We're going to look at challenging. We're going to go 200. Yikes. Take a look at his passing touchdowns. Probably not worth it. Let's stay away. Let's look at CJ Stroud. I can get with this. Let's look at this matchup. Solid matchup. Favorability. 230 is his line. You go 220. You go 220, you call it a day. His passing touchdowns. 23rd in the league against the passing touchdowns. Yeah, you go 2 passing touchdowns. What about his rushing yards? Let's take a look. Not as of late. Stay away from this. All right, guys, that's the video. Good luck. Again, all of my parlays for Sunday will be in Pickitt. The code is in the description. Download it. Yeah, and let's get this going. Be a lot easier for everyone. Peace. Good luck. Let's see those comments if you win.
Big plays, we don't miss. This the pick of the year. Click in, lock in. Sports by ScaL right here. Parlays, game lines, run it up, be clear. Say it loud, say it proud.